I get it. When you're looking at a power lift recliner, you're usually juggling a few different worries at once. Maybe you've just helped someone move into a new place, or maybe you're trying to figure out whether that extra cushion of support will actually make a difference for a parent who's had a couple of falls lately. The thing that keeps most people up at night isn't the color of the upholstery, it's the fear of spending a solid chunk of money on a chair that ends up gathering dust because it doesn't really solve the problem you're trying to fix. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this review, I'm going to walk through exactly what the DYNOX large power lift recliner brings to the table, who will get the most out of it, and where it might fall short enough that you'd be better off looking elsewhere. First off, the biggest selling point for any lift chair is the lift mechanism itself. The DYNOX uses a dual motor system that promises a full 180 lay-flat recline and a lift-up motion that can handle up to 400 pounds. In practice, that means you can go from a fully upright, seat-height position to lying almost completely flat in a smooth, controlled motion. For someone who has trouble getting out of a standard chair, that transition can feel almost like a gentle push from a friend. The two motors work together, so the lift feels steadier than a single motor design. You won't hear a sudden clunk when the chair starts moving, and the movement is slow enough to feel safe but fast enough that you aren't waiting forever for the chair to settle. If you're buying this for yourself, the lift function can double as a daily mobility aid. I've seen people use it in the morning to get up after a long night of stiff joints, and then press a button to recline for a short nap in the afternoon. For caregivers, the lift can make the act of helping someone sit down or stand up less risky. There's less need to physically lift a heavy body, and the chair's motor does the heavy lifting for you. The only caveat is that the chair's footrest doesn't fold up completely flat. When you're in the fully reclined position, the footrest stays slightly raised. That's fine if you're using the chair mostly for relaxation, but if you plan to watch TV while fully horizontal, you might notice a small gap under your calves. Now let's talk about the added heat and massage features. DYNOX includes a 4-point vibration massage plus lumbar heating. The massage isn't a full-body experience, it focuses on the lower back and hips, which is exactly where many seniors feel the most tension. I tried the heat setting for about 10 minutes while reading a paperback, and the warmth was gentle, not scorching. The massage itself feels more like a light tingle than a deep kneading, which can be a plus if you're looking for a subtle relaxation aid rather than an intense muscle breaker. The real benefit shows up after a day of sitting. Those two features together can help ease the stiffness that builds up after you've been on your feet all day. If you're hunting for a chair that doubles as a full-body massager, you'll be disappointed, but if you want a little extra comfort after a long day, they're a nice touch. Fabric and durability are often the silent deal breakers. DYNOX went with a breathable faux leather that's advertised as easy to wipe clean. In my hands, the material feels soft, not the stiff, plastic-like surface you sometimes get with low-end recliners. Because it's faux leather, it doesn't develop that cracking pattern you see on real leather after years of sun exposure. The chair also boasts a CARB P2 certified, formaldehyde-free frame, so you're not introducing any questionable chemicals into a living space where someone might be spending several hours a day. That said, the faux leather can attract lint more easily than a fabric blend would, so if the chair sits in a high-traffic hallway, you'll find yourself wiping it down a few times a week. It's a small maintenance cost that most owners will tolerate given the overall comfort. Assembly is another practical point that often gets glossed over. The manufacturer claims a 15-minute setup, and that's roughly accurate. All the major components, motor housing, seat back, footrest, are pre-wired, and the instructions use clear diagrams with a minimal number of screws. I was able to get it fully assembled in under 20 minutes, even though I wasn't a professional. The only snag is the weight of the assembled chair. At around 120 pounds, you'll need a second set of hands to lift it onto a carpeted floor. Once it's in place, the chair's footprint feels solid, and the reinforced frame doesn't wobble when you shift your weight. Who should buy this? If you're an older adult who struggles with standing up, a caregiver looking for a safe, motor-assisted seating solution, or even someone who simply wants